Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 42 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. Today we're talking about confidence, of course, and how we dress for confidence. Everybody's probably heard, hey, dress for success, dress for the role that you want to have in corporate America. That was a big thing in climbing the corporate ladder was, hey, you have to dress for the next job, not for the job you're in, which I think I took that advice and I did that throughout my corporate career. I always had to have a power outfit. Now, I don't know if I call it a power outfit, but I know psychologically I always had one for each of the different environments that I worked in corporate America, as well as in different businesses that I've been a part of. Now, this is kind of funny coming from someone who showed up online for the first 3 years as pajama grandma, in pajamas or a robe every single day for 3 years. I snicker now when I think about it, but that was intentional actually, because my whole thing was I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I wanted to show up in the world in a way that was me and comfortable, and said, listen, I'm to the point where I can do what I want, when I want, where I want, with whoever I want, wearing whatever I want. And the pajamas represented that to me. I'm not sure that came across all the time. I think I said it a lot, but I don't know if it did or not. But when the pandemic rolled around in 2020, I was like, this is serious stuff going down in the world. I've got to show up as me, not as pajama grandma. And that's when I started doing the Get Up and Go 30 plus day challenge every other month for 2 years, and other things to project a slightly different persona. Now, I will laugh at this too, because I never really I consciously do, but not really think about what I'm going to wear to do these videos. I decided, I don't know, 5 years ago, that I was going to make sure I wore a different shirt at least every single day when I showed up on video for the whole year of an annual challenge. And then I would recycle those things through and wear them again, because I'm not getting rid of all my favorite stuff just because I'm only going to show up in one video a year in it. Now, is that a silly thing? Maybe, but I think it goes to show you I got a lot of abundance and a lot of clothes in my life and a lot of things in my life, because I have a whole lot more than just 1 year's worth supply of shirts or tops that would show up on our videos. Now, is this one of my favorite shirts? No. If it were one of my favorite shirts, would I be more positive and have more energy and project a more powerful me? Maybe. I think probably yes. So today what we're going to do for this challenge, this annual challenge, is we're going to pick out our power outfit. We're going to go in our closet. We're going to go through and we're going to pick out and create the outfit that makes us feel absolutely positively confident and awesome. It was the things I picked out to wear to job interviews. It was the outfit that I would wear when I knew I had a big meeting or my performance appraisal or something in corporate America. And I became less conscious of it after I left corporate America, but I definitely did it intentionally in corporate America. If I had to go into a grievance meeting, I wore one of my power outfits, and I had a closet full of power suits, literally, of every different color of the rainbow. And I did that as rebellion to my first job in corporate America, where you really were expected to wear navy blue, and once in a while you could get away with a black suit. But otherwise, it was navy blue, white shirt. Maybe if you wanted some adornment, you could wear a red tie of some sort. But that was pretty much the expectation. So today, I want you to identify your power outfit, at least one, and describe it in the comments below or share a picture of it. Better yet, share a picture of you in it. You can get AI, I guess, to do that for you nowadays. I don't know how, but I'm sure many of you do. And then ask yourself a couple of questions on this topic today. How does what you wear, I ask myself, how does what I wear make me feel, think, act, and how does it actually impact how confident I feel? Because if I'm wearing something I feel great in, I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to show up better. I'm going to have better posture, better body language. I'm just going to be the better version of myself. And isn't that how we want to show up in our businesses every single day, to set the example for other people? I think it is. And yeah, we all have off days. Guess what? If I wake up having an off morning a little bit and I put on something that makes me feel awesome, that just changes everything. Because we can change the way we feel, the way we think, the way we believe in an instant. We just have to decide we want to. What message are you sending by the things you choose to wear? And I'm going to give an example, and we can argue with this or not because it's his brand, but I know a couple people that have very strong brands, and it helps you to remember them. Remember when Jim Edwards used to show up in his Hawaiian shirt? Everybody could always recognize him. Alex Hormozy and Damon Burton are two people that come to mind. Damon Burton's the beard. I don't really notice his clothes so much, but he's definitely made his beard his brand. And Alex Hormozy, I don't know if you know who he is or not. I met him in the ClickFunnels world, but now he is in the school platform world and very, very famous. He broke a world record and did all kinds of crazy things, which is what got me into the school platform. Finally, once and for all, I said, okay, I got to check out and see what this is. And now that I'm there, I absolutely love it. I love the ability to actually build a real community, not just, Facebook, a Facebook group or page that I really never could get a lot of traction on. So Alex Hormozy has a definite style, and I just think it's interesting because his wife is the epitome of how I would have been in corporate America, suits all the time. And I just saw it this morning is what reminded me of it. He comes up first in my feed, and we could talk about that someday. And then he's always in his shorts, his workout, wife beater tank top with his brand on it, and his signature hat and beard and things. And I get a totally different vibe from both of them, but I understand the intentionality behind, or the intention behind, both of them and how they show up as a power couple. All right, that's a little off topic, but how does it make you feel? How do you show up? How do people judge you based on that? And then if you were to dress your most confidently and the most confident version of yourself, describe it or share it in a picture. That is our action item today. All right, let's talk about the O in the SOAP framework. We're going through that today too, and I know it makes the videos a little longer, but I want to make sure that we cover both the SOAP framework and our super process this year, every single month. So I'm going to sneak in with our other topics that are on all about confidence this month. So the O in the SOAP framework, we did our S yesterday, which is our current and our desired story. And I picked direct messaging because I am very resistant to it. I don't like it. I actually kind of hate it because most people don't do it correctly, in my humble opinion. Mostly they just spam it out. And I got a bunch of that yesterday from some guy in comments, and he didn't have the audacity to direct message me because then I would have blocked him. But if he does today, I will block him because I don't have any time or energy for that. It's always do you know anything about that? How can I help? How are you doing? And then they slam you with their thing. It's either Shopify store or, digital publishing or digital marketing, something, but it's so offensive the way it's done because it's not done correctly. So my options, what are the options for me today that I can get comfortable with that and fill the gap between where I am and where I really want to be with it? Because I think it's an incredibly powerful tool, and I want to be able to use it in the way that feels good to me and the people that I communicate with, because I can't stand the AI or the bots or the insincere, I'm just copying this out to 100 people on my social media platform today, and I'll do 100 tomorrow. That's just so lame. It's lazy, lame marketing. And I get why some big companies do it. Oh, I can just throw money in AI after this, and I'll get enough people that squeak through and aren't offended by it to get some money, and then I'll do something else. I don't know what the thinking is behind it because I don't get it. So today, I want you to brainstorm at least 10. We'll use our 10-3-1 tool because this is my favorite. It moves us down the process of the SOAP framework, which is, I think, why it's my favorite. We're going to brainstorm at least 10 ways to fill the gap between where we are and where we want to be with respect to the thing we told ourselves and identified our story, current and desired yesterday. If you need help with this, if you have any questions about this, please reach out and ask. This is one of those processes I want you to do enough this year to install in your subconscious so you've always got it as a tool in your toolbox to solve any problem, face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, or achieve any goal that you want, because all of those things are possible with this simple 4-step process. All right. Also, you want to join me in school? Hit me up in the comments below. Just put school because it annoys Facebook, and I will send you a direct message with the link in it. I'll practice. All right. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.